we've got Josh here. He really snorted the fairy dust and went over 700 grains. He shot his first doe with that setup this year, and he made a couple of comments. The deer didn't run very far. Put those comments up here. But we continue to see one thing. People keep saying, I thought I missed, because the arrow systems are so efficient. They don't even make noise. I'm going to let him tell his story on the impact, and then I'll come back and tie some stuff together. This one's quite interesting because we get to see something that that's been written about, and there's a little bit of discussion about it, but this three-way break on a rib with a 2-blade broadhead. What?
All right, I shot this doe Friday night, November 1st. Look at it, but check this out. That is the entry hole. You can see it's horizontal to the ribs. It cut both ribs laughingly as it went through. But on the other side, see my hand? Thing is busted up and down like crazy. And that thing's mobile. Cut the top of her heart off smooth. Anyway, just wanted to show you. And this is the exit side of that doe rib. You can see that big split right here. That's nasty. She hates Troy Fowler in the Ranch Fairy in the heavy arrow project. That arrow was 720 grains, a Tuffhead meathead 190 with 125 insert, and then 100 grains of brass up front, gold tip 300. Made no noise on impact. Only way I knew it hit her was the light had disappeared through her.
So here's a picture of the entry side that he took, and obviously the broadhead came in horizontal, right, for the deer, right between the ribs. Probably rotated going through the tissues, and I suspect that that broadhead hit that rib dead center, somewhere between 45 degrees and completely vertical. And the rib basically exploded. Well, it doesn't explode the same as it would if you're shooting a 3-blade or a punch point or flapper. What happens is when a single bevel broadhead hits heavier material, more torque occurs. And the Tuffhead he's shooting is 3 inches long. It's going to stay on that bone for a very long time and continue to torque until the bone pops. And this is a cool photograph. Here's a still photo of a 3-way break in a rib from a 2-blade broadhead. And the only explanation for that is torque. If it hit horizontal, it torqued and broke it vertically. If it hit vertically, it torqued and broke it horizontally. You would think, and I've actually seen this with double bevels, I've dead centered ribs, and they just continue going straight and then just punch through the rib and exit. But they don't torque. What that torque gives you is a larger hole, right? That rib is now open and is going to give you a chance for a blood trail. Well, this deer didn't go anywhere, didn't hardly know it was hit, and he said made no sound on impact. We keep hearing this over and over again. No sound on impact. Deer don't run. They go 40 yards. They don't act like they're hit. I don't know what I'm going to tell you. It's just better for the world and for bow hunting if they don't haul butt, especially if you hit them weird. You know, they don't know they're hit. You hit them kind of center mass and they don't go as far. Any idiot can find one that goes 70 yards. Walk down their direction of travel half the way and you're 35 yards away. I'm going to challenge you again. I've said this in my other videos. When you're watching the superheroes shooting the mechanicals, watch those deer react. Over and over and over and over and over, and the fairy dusters, I'm hearing no reaction. They hop and run and just walk off and fall down. But watch the flappers. Watch everybody shooting the flappers, and you watch how those deer run. If the flapper fails, it doesn't get an exit wound, or the shot is weird, which happens to all of us, and the tracking job is tough, and they're running like their butts on fire, they're gonna go much further. It's just logic. If you center mass one with a single bevel and it just runs off, leave and come back an hour and a half later and walk 50 yards and go get him. Good job, Mr. Josh. And thanks for sending the videos. That's really cool. You caught something that we really haven't documented on the Red Fairy channel. A three-way break on a rib, and you know, completely exploded that rib open, which helps everything. Share this with your friends. Anybody who's not a believer, send them this. Send them all the fairy dusters.